Hello, what is up everyone? Wow, that sounded like an early 2000. So, as the title mentioned, today I'll be opening a legacy product. Legacy meaning that these products do not exist anymore in any Cardfight Vanguard releases. So, the very first trial deck, Blaster Blade, VGE TD01, piloted by Aichi Sendo of the very first anime season. And might I say, ladies and gents, you are witnessing history in the making. Oh no, history brought back to life. So, what's so special about these trial decks? Well, to be honest, I've been playing this game since 2011. All I can say is there's nothing special in today's standards because, now, as per my memory, you only get one copy of the key component of the deck, and then the rest, just minor support and everything else sucks. Yeah, but it's good to review back the past to see how much have we gone through and how much have we grown as card fighters, as players who play Vanguard. So this is the front, this is the side, this is the back of the packaging, and this is the other side. This is the bottom part of the packaging, which shows you the card list. I don't know if you guys can't see it, I'll just put the card list on in the description box below. Yeah, and here's the top part. So I guess what we can do next is just to open up the rest. So what makes it so iconic? Well, let's see. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh, the iconic starter decks are starter deck Yugi and starter deck Kaiba. So for Vanguard, and what makes it special for me is that I started Vanguard with the Aichi starter deck because I have this thing where I want to play whatever the main character is playing. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, if you guys want to know, I actually only focus on the Dark Magician build. When I was playing Duel Links, yeah, I never built anything else except for Dark Magician decks. So for Vanguard, personally, and if you guys want to see my own deck profile videos, just leave them in the comment section below if you want it. I maxed it making it. So yeah, in Vanguard, I actually play nothing but blasters or anything that has Blaster Blade in it. So, oh yes. Now I have no intention on selling this trial deck because again, it's no longer in production, and I was lucky enough to actually grab a hold of it, of this kind of last copy. So this is how the packaging looked like back then, and it's still exactly as I remembered it. And what you get in each packaging of this really legacy trial deck is that, well, number one, it comes in a really secure plastic case. I don't know if people actually kept the thing, but I guess it's how they attract potential customers. And then each packaging comes with a really old playmat with all the instructions on how to play, the turn order. Wow, this has been like, I don't know, over 10 years now, because I remember the English one was released back in 2012. So the Japanese one started in 2011. Yes, I started off in Japanese, but that's for another video. So yeah, this is how it looked like. Back is completely empty, unlike the ones we have now. Like the front and back are fully utilized to explain to the new players what they're supposed to do. So yeah, I guess since it's an unboxing, let me just show you guys the layout of the field. Oh yeah, by the way, ignore the background sound because again, my neighbor hasn't finished remodeling their house. I love thy neighbor. Anyway, Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle, and Guardian Circle. So there's no such thing as an extra zone or a G zone or an imaginary gift zone. It's a completely blank. So here's the damage zone, here's the deck zone, and here's the drop zone. Here's the trigger zone. Oh man, if you guys can smell it through your phone, it really smells like. Yo, it smells like brand. It is brand new. It smells completely brand new. Next, it's a brief starter guide to teach you how to play the game. Oh wow, they actually gave the. Oh yeah, and I remember because the English release, you get both TD01, TD02, which are Royal Planner and Kagero, and then TD. Wait, this is volume number 5 and 6, I guess. Gold Paladin and Narukami. I got a fact check after I'm done recording. Wow. I mean, big up respect to the guy who actually got this for me. Thanks a lot. I mean, this is solid, yo. Like, completely solid. Oh shoot, I can't. Okay, I don't want to ruin it, but at the same time I don't want to jump cut the video because I'm just utterly excited. Okay, so these are the peripherals, I guess. Not peripherals, just, you know, tutorial stuff. Next, each deck, I mean, I guess in current starter decks and trial decks, you're still covered in this plasticky binder. So let's see the main contents of the deck, shall we? So first thing first, we are greeted with Blaster Blade, the one and only copy. Next, 4 copies of Bridget. One of them is a single R print. And then unfortunately back then you only get 1 copies of Boar. Now, for you guys to know that a grade 3 with the ability to turn yourself into a 13k attacker was kind of rare back then, because how do I put it? The biggest power you can retrieve from I mean, regular grade 3s will get up to 10k, and some of them will be 9k, but the rarest will be at 11k base. So back then it's a completely different ballpark for those who are still new to Vanguard. So having a unit that can attack 13k was unheard of back then. Okay, but now growing up, I can see what's so why they designed it this way, because back then I have jack shit idea on how to play Royal Paladins, but now I can see why they build it this way. Because here, now, if you guys play Cactus Sanctuary, Bastion has a skill where if you reveal grade 3, you discard a card, restand a rear guard, and that unit gets plus 10,000 power. Now, for Budget, when you reveal a grade 3 Royal Paladin card during your draft check, yeah, this unit gets plus 5,000. So basically, it serves as a power up for itself on the Vanguard circles. But you know, it does jack on the rear guard. Well, actually, you know what? You guys, okay, for you guys who are new to Vanguard, you might be surprised with the trigger power ups in this trial deck. And for old timers like myself, we are aware on the trigger power ups. Next, oh yeah, boss, you know what it does. On attack, counter blast 1 plus 3k until end of the battle. Solitary Knight Ganslot, the OG Ganslot. So what does it do? If you have Blaster Blade in your soul, counter blast 2, and this unit gets plus 5,000 and 2 criticals until end of the turn. And then second skill, if you reveal Ganslot from your hand to your opponent, search your deck up to 1 card with Blaster Blade in its name. 1 card named Blaster Blade, reveal it to your opponent, add it into your hand, and then shuffle your entire deck. So yeah, basically this deck is built around Ganslot and Bridget working together, in the sense that you want to put Ganslot back into your deck, so Bridget has a higher chance of getting a grade 3 during the draft check. So you know, assuring power ups. Next, what else do we got? Oh, 2 copies of Ganslot. I thought it was 4 copies. And then next we have okay, Knight of Silence Galatine. I think it's just like every other 10k vanilla unit, either in overdress or in OG format. Oh yeah, by the way, OG format is basically if you use cards from between boost or the original booster volume 1 until the original booster volume 5, which I'll share the product list in the description box below. Next, let's just say you didn't have a chance to write Blaster Blade on your Vanguard circle. Now, Tristan is a second option for you to play during your grade 2 game, which is on the Vanguard circle. It has the same ability as Bridget. When you reveal a grade 3 Royal Paladin, it gets plus 5,000 till the end of the battle, which is pretty good by itself. And then next you get how many copies of Tristan? 3 copies. Okay, makes sense. And then you have about 4 copies of Covenant Knight Randolph. On attack, if the cards in your hands are greater than your opponent, meaning if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, it gets plus 3,000. So basically it's an 11k attacker. Kind of okay for its time. 4 copies of Little Sage Marin, and then yeah, it's just a 8k vanilla, doesn't do much. 2 copies of Wingull. When it boosts Blaster Blade, it gets additional 4,000 power. So Blaster Blade is 9k, turning Blaster Blade itself into a 19k total attacker, which is okay for the time it was released. 4 copies of Starlight Unicorn. Your Starlight Unicorn on place, choose a Royal Paladin unit, and it gets plus 2,000 power till end of turn. Nothing much to write about, but I guess in terms of short combos, it kind of can work. And then Knight of the Rose Morgana, on attack, discard a card from your hand, and it gets plus 4,000 power until end of the turn. Which this thing is a booster, but you know, it was designed that way back then. So I mean, that's all I could say. The V version kind of sucks because it doesn't see much play. But back then, I remember some royal paladins would actually run quite a number of draw triggers. Not say draw trigger. I mean, they focus more on draw centric decks, so you can brush this in the early game. So it's pretty neat. And then the starter itself, Stardust Trumpeter. Now, boys and girls, these are the kind of starters we got back then during the OG era. There's no such thing as forerunners until Oracle Think Tank and Nova Grapplers exist. So it's a 6k vanilla starter, no skills at all. You cannot even draw a card when you draw, and when you write the great one on top of it, just like in V. This is as good as it gets back then. But what compensated is that when Vanguard was first released, the artwork was just, how to put it, it doesn't scream anime. It screams Western folklore meets anime, or shiny promotional anime material. And then next trigger lineup, here we are. Now, for those who are playing Overdress form or still new to Vanguard, you are used to most of your trigger power-ups being a plus 10k. Now, back then, our trigger power-ups are plus 5k, and the shield value, it's not 15k, it's not 20k, just like in V or in Overdress, it's 10k shield. So it makes sense. Having a plus 5k power-up is kind of a big deal back then, and having an ability like this, getting 5k one crit. Yeah, it's a pretty big thing. So okay, I'm not gonna do a playtest video today, but I will share you guys a playtest video in a couple of days. Just chill and let us do our thing, and you'll see how you guys are fortunate to actually have all this simplification of gameplay in Overdress rather than us back then in the OG era. And now being this long in the game, and Alhamdulillah, being a Muslim, bersyukur that my business survived, and I get to see how much Vanguard has grew. I mean, I can say, I don't care what your current players say, Overdress is a stupidly simple version of the game. So you wanna complain over triggers being hard? Hey, OG era, it's completely skill based, and like I would say 70% skill, 30% luck, because you don't get that much power creep in the game. So that's something. And then next, 4 copies of heal triggers. So again, heal triggers is a 5k power up and 10k shield. Draw triggers and stand triggers. Oh yes, we had stand triggers back then. Y'all in the Overdress format and possibly V, that you guys don't have stand triggers. You have this thing called front triggers, and back then stand triggers were quite used. This is because it assures you, it allows you to get an extra attack from your rear guard. Now, of course, when I started this game, I got a bit confused because, well, I thought stand triggers can be used on Vanguard, but after rereading the skills, yes, reading is hard. After rereading this, the ability tags, you only get to stand your rear guard. Also, yeah, if you realize in your current start decks and trial decks, the triggers would actually have instructions on how to use it. Back then, I guess it's similar as how Yu-Gi-Oh worked back in the 90s, where there's no rule book. Nobody knows how to play, so they just BS their way to play the game. But thank goodness, when Vanguard was first released, it came along with the anime, so less confusion, and you actually get the gist on how the game is actually being played. So hallelujah for that. So yeah, I guess that's it for the legacy unboxing. I really thank you all for spending time watching history being unearthed, fresh, brand new. I can still smell the brand new card smell that this thing emits. Oh yeah, do give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, because tomorrow I will be uploading the Trial Deck Volume 2, which is Dragonic Overlord. Those Kagero. So you guys might want to see how Kagero looked like back then, or Dragon Opera looked like back then. I'll upload a playtest video on this Trial Deck very soon, so stick around for that. And yeah, I guess that's the end of my video. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Respect.